Oh yes, welcome back to the Bray Ethan Podcast, episode 135, and of course it is all powered by Pegs. Download the Pegs app if you're a uni or TAFE student. Now, we got a message from Jai earlier on today saying Milky Lane offering some decent discounts. I think it was 40% off the top of my head. I don't have my phone because it's up filming.
That'll be about right.
But I think it was 40% off at Milky Lane, and I think it was at Curtin, the new store at Curtin. So that's pretty big. And of course, they do offer up to 40% to 50% off at some of your favourite cafes, restaurants, and retail outlets.
50% that was actually.
Oh, there you go.
Half price.
Selling it short.
And they're expanding out into Leederville as well, which our next guest has come from work around that area. East Perth have had a tough year in the Colts, but it is important to celebrate the positives. And this man has made the club extra proud, being their sole representative in the under-18s this year. Andre Gulluni, welcome.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have you on. Now, you've just got back from Melbourne at the start of the week.
Yep.
It must have been a pretty good weekend to head over there and watch a game that finished with a goal after the siren.
Yeah, that was good. We were at the game and we were right behind Mac Andrew when he slotted it through.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a dream. And you said you were sick. You were supposed to go earlier, but you're probably happy that you didn't go early because the weekend sounded like it was outstanding.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Glad to go out to watch a couple of good games.
Yeah.
Mount Hawthorn Junior Footy Club into the Royals. You played a handful of Colts games last year because of PSA. So was the State 18s a proper realisation for you coming into this year?
Yes, but it was very late. If you were to tell me 12 months ago that I would have been in the State 18s, I wouldn't have believed you. It was kind of after the last game of the Cold season last year.
Whoa.
I moved to half back and kind of gave me that confidence that, maybe this position is for me, because I've been playing on the wing for like 3 or 4 years and I really enjoyed half back. So
That would have been, yeah, I mean, midfielder, half-back, it is a bit of a tough transition, but yeah, obviously worked out well.
Apologies if anyone just got a bit scared from that noise
Yeah.
that came through. I don't know if it was just me or I was trying to play with some levels. As we said, the one and only East Perth rep this year, some may see that as a bit of a negative, but was it being forced to mingle with the others right from the get-go?
as in the
You had to
the state boys?
make friends,
Oh, yeah.
relationships as soon as possible.
Yeah,
You don't
'cause
have
I was-
anyone to lean off.
I was one of the last boys added in,
Yeah.
so I didn't know anyone other than the 2 train-on boys, Luke Hallett and Marcus Cassidy. So it was good to get to know some of the new boys, and I got straight into it because the first trial game was the week I got added in. So kind of had no time to learn names and stuff.
Well, you played the trial game, you were an emergency throughout the carnival, and then played the last one, so kind of experienced it all. How was it when you did play, I guess, the start and the end, of both spectrums?
It was good to start with the trial games with the under-21s. That was a good experience because they were all talented boys playing league and that have played 18s in the previous years. And then we played the Claremont Reserves. And then being emergency for the first 3 champs games was pretty tough, but it was all right. And then go play Colts, and then finally got my opportunity to play against Vic Country, which was just unreal experience.
Would have been some of the best players going around.
Yeah.
And almost being an emergency, it's like a game within a game itself. I mean, the chances of playing are pretty slim, but then you never know as well. So you still have to be ready.
You got to stay ready.
Mentally and physically.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what was the feedback from the coaching staff post-champs? Often with rebounding defenders, it's the balance between offense and defense first. So was that sort of the same feedback that you got post-champs?
Yeah, they were just really happy with my development from when I started and then when it finished. They kind of said that when I came in, I wasn't not really like defending, but the defensive part of my game wasn't really the front of my mind. And then I really focused that throughout the 8 weeks of training and felt like I definitely improved over the whole champs.
So you came back to East Perth feeling like a better player?
Yeah, but I couldn't really use it because I've been moved into the midfield. But I'm happy with that.
Yeah, anyone you model your game on, I mean, I saw sort of similarities to Oscar Hine-Basson, who was in the State 18s last year, who's sort of a similar player. So anyone like that, or even in the AFL that you sort of look at?
Well, I like watching Nazai Wanganeen-Malira and Judd McVie. I think they're 2 good young players. Good to watch as well.
Judd came from absolutely nowhere.
Yeah,
he was
rookie pick.
Yep, and then now he's a regular.
He is. You won your first Colts game of the year, took home 4 points again a fortnight later, and you even beat Claremont, even though they were undermanned, but still a win's a win. How have you kept the spirits up this year, You probably don't love talking about it or love it being brought up, but especially when you have like 100-point losses. So how do you deal with that? That one in particular, coming back from Albany.
We got to just when we get to training, we just have to get the vibes up and stay happy. We're playing footy, which is what we all love, and we just got to appreciate how lucky we are.
I think there's a new talent person coming in, officer coming in off season as well, so that'll be exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Are you hoping to play any other level of footy once the Colts Super Round is completed this year?
I was hoping to play some reserves this week, but unfortunately I got injured, so no game for me at all. I'm not sure about the last game of the year, but AFL's always been the dream, but you've got to be realistic. So looking at just a league game, right? Not this year, obviously, maybe next year. Yeah, if everything goes my way, everything goes well.
And what about state combine? Is that a goal as well?
Yeah, but I think haven't all the invites been sent out?
You can still be added. I remember Ashton Farrow came in here last year. We spoke about it, and then he got added. They do it sort of very late. So
that's definitely been a goal since the champs finished.
And off field, you just came from work, very appreciative. It's been a long shift since 6 a.m. It's now the afternoon. How's that treating you? Is that what you're just doing? Any study or anything like that?
No study, just kind of taking a gap year, earning some money, just at IGA and Leaderville, but it's good there.
What are the tasks? What are the daily tasks? Fridays are a big shift, you've told us.
Yeah, well, usually I'm in the morning, 6 to 10, I'm by myself, so I'm just on the checkout. And then after 10 o'clock, I do a bit of the markdowns on some of the fresh food.
Oh, not bad.
Especially so close to everything as well.
At least you're doing two different things on the same shift.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, 8 hours behind the till, I couldn't think of anything worse.
You could walk from IGA to Leaderville Oval for training as well.
That's why I park at Leaderville Oval.
Solid. Don't have to pay for parking at the back.
Yep.
All right, we'll move on to the Instagram Q&As at Bray Ethan. Of course, we will be picking a question of the week as well, thanks to Pegs. We'll start off here with _Kale Wallace _. Would you consider yourself a stat padder?
No, I would not. And I think Kale's just saying that because I don't kick him the footy very often.
There's so many stat questions coming up. But for now, Anthony Belluard from the Athlete's Mind, can you ask Andre his opinion on my new trim?
That was a joke we had running when we were in Melbourne. Nah, his trim's all right. Yeah. He buzzed it, so he's just got to grow it out.
Athletes _mind _. Does Andre have any pre-game rituals?
I don't have any pre-game rituals, not many superstitions, but I do. I've been doing this all year. I don't know why I've started it. I just don't like wearing my mouth guard. So I just always have in my left sock, and I don't wear it, but it always has to be in my sock.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Have you copped a whack?
I was going to say, you got to be careful, man.
Shit, a bit nervous?
Yeah, I don't know. It just distracts me. So I just like having it in my sock.
Okay.
Julian Pinnery, what's your Saturday night routine? There's a lot of questions about this involving a roller.
Oh, yeah. Nah, just getting my recovery in after a game. Make sure the legs aren't sore on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
No going out like the other boys?
Nah, none
Sensible.
of that.
Adam Damasi, rumour has it you have had the most amount of time spent on Premier Data looking at your stats.
Oh, I'd be pretty close between me and Dimmer. We both used to spend a lot of time on it in class, but yeah, we'd both be up there.
Trent _Lawfer, future aspirations potentially stay on at IGA? ?
Nah, IGA is good, but I don't want to stay there forever. So I would do work with Trent. Trent works there as well.
Need some progression in your career once the time comes.
Trent again. Is it true you can name your stat line for every game over the past 2 years?
That probably is true. If you wanted to,
I'm really looking forward to this.
I'm looking forward to the quiz. If it's not 14 out of 14, well, then it's disappointing.
That probably is true.
Riley.Longson, how long have you had a perm for?
Oh, it's not a perm, Riley. He knows that. I see him every week.
Lockie _Bolam, favourite PSA game you've been a part of, especially against Guildford? ?
I think he's talking about year 11 when we were playing twos against Guildford, and I was playing inside, and I kicked 4 and got a bit of the footy that day. And it was a bit of a running joke for the rest of high school.
Zayden.25, is there anyone you just can't beat in 2K?
Yeah, he's talking about himself. I think he wants a shout out. I was getting him in 2K23, but once 2K24 came out, he got me.
We'll go
Usually there's
Ryan.
not much that changes in
I
it.
know.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Like-
how can you...
No,
like-
but like I feel it does get harder the years, or it's a lot different. The feel of the game is a lot different as year goes on, and the shot meter is always different as well, which
Yeah.
pisses me off. Ryan _ Cax, I believe it is. How has your footy developed off your best friend Ryan? How do you say his last name?
Kazmarzik.
Kazmazi, and how has he helped you?
Oh, I haven't played much footy with Ryan. I played a year with him at Mount Lawley in year 11, and I guess his big intercept marks can't help me. He'll love that I've said that.
Jake, oh no, we're up to Oscar Benga.
Yes, Oscar.
Who would you say is your biggest role model?
Biggest role model. To do with footy or just?
I reckon he wants a
general?
shout out, to be honest.
I don't know.
You know who he is?
Yeah, I know he's
Yeah.
East Perth teammate. Biggest role model. I'm not sure. I don't really.
It's a deep question.
Yeah. In life or in footy?
Either.
Well, just whatever comes to your mind first, I would say.
Probably in life, probably my mum. But
yeah.
in footy, I don't really have a role model.
Oh, valid. Good answer.
Jake
Suter.
Suter.
Suter 10. Go to recovery after a game.
Ice bath.
Yeah.
Definitely ice bath. Down at Leedy.
At the Oval or up at Loftus?
In the Oval. We have them in the club
Yeah.
rooms.
Bins or you got proper ones?
Proper one.
Good.
Isaac B. Parker. What AFL team would you want to play for and why? I know you'll say any, but
Yeah, any, but
specifically.
I really get around the Dogs and the Lions for some reason. I don't know. Just especially the Lions going up to Brisbane.
Mm.
Well, we were talking off
Well,
air.
they get in the Olympics in
2032,
12 years?
I think. Yeah.
Mm.
8 years.
8 years.
8 years, yeah. There's one more games in between.
Or the Eagles stay in Perth. That's
Yeah.
what I've gone for my whole life.
Isaac B. Parker again. What is a hard ball get? I actually don't know either.
I think it's just a contested possession that you
Hey,
pick
you've been
up off
playing
the
midfield.
ground.
You've been playing the midfield, so it's a bit of a stitch up. Zayden.25. Is it true your favourite player is still Jared Witts?
No, that's not true. That is not true. Jared Witts is not my favourite player. Josh Dunkley is my favourite player.
Is it
Same,
Zayden?
yeah,
Same
Zayden.
person, Zayden. Yeah, just you missed the A in the second one. At any stage this year, do you regret taking advantage of someone else's free kick?
Oh, he's talking about the Claremont game. He got someone holding the ball. This was the game we lost by 110 points. He got someone holding the ball on about the wing, and it's rolled to me, and I've played on and missed my kick into the middle. He was a bit filthy about that.
How was the trip to Albany, by the way?
That was a good trip, other than
Yeah.
the result of the game. But it was good to go down with the boys. We're on the same bus as all the Claremont boys, and then we stayed the night as well, which was pretty cool.
Oliver Diaz. How's the niggle in your quad? This must be the injury.
Yeah, I got a knock in the West Perth game, and it got hit that hard that there's a little tear, so I could be out 2 to 3 weeks.
It's just season ending.
Yeah,
Just
potentially.
about,
I'm
yeah.
trying to get back for the last game.
Yeah.
Super around.
Whisper _ Gussie Beers. Who's the best looking in the PSA?
In the PSA, wow. Well, Gussie did go to Scotch, but he's not in the PSA anymore, so I don't think he's talking about himself. I'll go Lukey Hallett.
Okay. I
just
do
came off
like that Instagram handle, by the way. Whisper _ Gussie Beers.
Yeah. I feel like he sent in another question as well. We'll move on to the next one, though, from
Ethan
McIntosh. It's a question more for us, I think, but it says, do you reckon Andre looks like Anthony Caminiti from the Saints?
I get that a lot.
A little bit, but like if you were two together, I could easily tell you apart.
Yeah.
So a little bit, but I don't know.
At least it's the curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the tan.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a lot taller as well. We'll go Andre Fortuna.
Is there another significant Andre in his life?
Yeah, he's the only other Andre that I know. He's our S&C coach, and he's been big for us this year.
Fimmer's 23. If you got drafted by an AFL club other than Geelong, would your nonna change clubs?
That's my cousin. She probably would, to be honest.
So what, big Geelong fan?
My nonno is a big Geelong fan. My nonno
Yeah.
goes for the Eagles,
Oh, okay.
so I think she'd switch.
I found the one from Whisper _ Gussie Beers. We
Whisper.
touched on it, but
The Wisp.
Another further comment, if we can. Is it true you get on the roller instead of going out on Saturday nights?
That is somewhat true. Yes.
That's valid. Look
Recovery,
after yourself.
professionalism.
You'll feel better on a Sunday morning.
Yep.
Yeah, professionalism.
Decent decision. Any more?
There is more, but I think we've touched on it. There's probably a couple ones that cross the line, as we've said on the run sheet. So that'll do. Question of the week. Who do we think?
Oh.
Any that come to mind? There was a lot.
Best looking in the PSA, maybe, by Wisp.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wisp.
Because he wasn't talking about himself. So
yeah. It wasn't a super creative question.
No, it wasn't.
But
hey, we're just
guest input.
Guest is always the judge.
Yeah. All right.
We just confirm and lock it in. Lock it in, Eddie. So the Wisp is the winner. All right, we'll move on to the quiz now. We had a record-breaking score last week. The first ever 13 we've seen in the 14-point or
system.
14-point system. So it's a record we had last week with Darcy Peterson. And from what we can hear, you could potentially be getting 14 out of 14. So we could be back-to-back record-breaking weeks here. So we'll start things off. Question number 1. What is your height and weight on the Waffle website?
178.71.
Yep. How many times have you looked at that?
Well, it hasn't changed for about 3 years.
Yeah, true.
I think I've grown a little bit. So.
Yeah, you would think.
Question number 2. How many times have you had less than 20 disposals from 12 Colts games this year?
Twice.
Right.
2 from 2. Question number 3. Both of these times, it's been the same number under 20. What is it?
17.
3 from 3. We could be breaking a record today.
All right, this one's a bit harder. What's been East Perth's average winning margin from the 3 games that you guys have won?
Average winning margin, okay.
Got to be bang on here or just
we'll see what he says, but I don't know. It is a decimal, so I can't expect you to be bang on there. The win against Claremont was the biggest one.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. I'm going to go 16 points.
18.6. I got excited there.
Yeah, I reckon half a point maybe. Or
could be controversial.
If we want to come back to it, depending on what the final score is.
Well, let's leave it.
Okay.
Question number 4.
Yeah, 5.
3 from 4. Question number 5. How many have you given away or received more free kicks in your Colts career?
Received, I think.
Yeah, by 2, 6 or 4.
Okay.
So 4 from 5.
Question number 6. 5 has been your most common amount of marks in the Colts this year. How many times have you done this?
Okay, I've got to think about this. Is it 3? Or is it twice?
4.
Oh, 4.
There was a couple, 10 marks, 12 marks, so getting the mitts out, which is good.
Or the leads out of the window now.
What are they mostly? What would you say your main mark is? Is it just chip, or any big contested marks?
Not really contested, but some intercept marks when I was playing halfback, but a lot of uncontested marks.
Yeah.
So we can't win now. 12 is the best. We've lost 2 questions. 4 from 6. Question number 7. Did you personally have more more kicks or handballs against Vic Country?
More handballs.
Yep. Do you know how many?
5.
Yep. Right.
Well, it's no bonus point. Just saying how much of a guru you are.
Yeah. Question number 8. More, less, or exactly the same. Your jersey number was the same amount of fantasy points you scored in this game. So your jersey
Vic Country game?
Yeah.
I think it was the same, 36.
Correct.
As a stat. 6 from 8. Question number 9. How many wins did Trinity's first have this year?
8.
Correct. Did they finish 3rd?
3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
32 points.
Yep.
Question number 10.
7 from 9.
7 from 9. From this, so this one is 5 points up for grabs. 4 within 3, 3 within 5, 2 within 10, and a point for outside. Is how well you know your teammates, really. So from the State 18's trial game against Claremont, May was easily the most popular birth month on the team list for WA. How many of you boys were on there, born in May, on that team list?
I don't have any. I've got no idea.
That is a crazy stat.
Just looked into it, it was like bang, bang, fifth month.
I'm trying to think how many played. I think 30 played in that game, so I'll go 9.
Ooh.
Oh,
You're within 3, so 4 points. It was 7 altogether.
Okay.
Takes you to 11.
Does.
Which is handy.
There is a backup question there, but we can't be tempted. We have to stick with the scores.
We're sticking with it, and the half is going out the window. If you got maybe 6, then if
Still-
you didn't get a question right after that, we probably would have said, yeah, we'll give you the half a point.
The backup question, this won't count, but roughly how much percentage appeal ahead of you by? Do you know? Same points, 12 points.
Yeah. 7%?
It's 20.
Oh my god.
64 to 84.
Jesus, I thought it was like 64
Yeah.
to 71.
Hey, you guys win, they don't. Percentage doesn't matter if you're equal, but yep, 11, which it does sit you equal third with a handful of other guys. Luke Codalesa, Trinity.
Yep.
He's there. Adam Damas is just above you on 12, so you're in between there.
He'll get into me for that.
Yeah. He was a stats man, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, you and
Clearly.
Yeah, I forgot about that question.
How'd you feel like those questions? Do you feel like you should have done better, or?
I felt like I should have got the marks one, the 5.
Yeah.
I should have just thought about that. Then
Before that, though, you were onto it
Yeah.
at the start.
the winning margin one, I forgot how much we beat Claremont by.
It was over 30. It was
But you were pretty close if it's an average, 18.
I knew we won
Guess
by
was 16.
I knew we won by 9 and 7 with our first 2 wins.
yeah.
What was the Claremont win by?
It was over 30. I think it was
Yeah, so yeah,
35
whatever.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
16 was a good guess. Of course, this has all been powered by Pegs. Download the Pegs app. We'll get you on it. You get some nice discounts. There was a new merchant pop up in Leederville.
Yeah, there was. It's across the road on the main strip.
What is the main strip called?
Oxford
Loft-
Street.
Oxford
Oxford,
Street.
that's
That's
the one,
we
yeah.
should know that.
Yeah, I know.
We should know that. Let's see where it is. I'll get it up quickly. Oh, it is Mackie Poke. I think it is. It's 30% off. 125 Oxford Street in Leederville. So head there.
Was it
Nice
Bowls?
bowl, yeah. So jump on board
Check that
there
out. Another place. Then.
until the 20th of September, which is still over a month
30%
away.
Off. Yeah. You will
So
take
beautiful.
That. You will take that. And of course, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, you can, of course, watch on YouTube and vice versa. Remember to subscribe, give a 5-star rating as it helps us out a lot. So we'll get Andre on the Pegs app. And of course, Andre, thanks for making time after a long and probably, I'm assuming, busy day at
Grueling day.
Leederville IGA, the good grocer. And best of luck to try and close out the season and try to get back for that last game.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.